Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So in today's video, I want to give you guys an update what's happening with crypto and of course Bitcoin today. And of course, I want to be talking about a bank, and that bank is PacWest. Okay, PacWest, as you guys can clearly see, is dropping today alone. It is down over 20%, almost 23% today. Okay, this is in fact another bank, okay, that could be going, bankrupt. Okay, we know a fair few banks have obviously closed down and have gone bankrupt. Okay, we know Silvergate, we know Silicon Valley Bank. Okay, and just a couple of weeks ago, we heard about First Republic Bank, and that was absolutely dropping. Today, it's actually down almost 10%, and it's currently at 42 cents. Okay, if we look at 6 months, right back in February this year, it was literally above almost at 150, $144, and now it's currently at 0.42 cents. So it's not looking too good for First Republic Bank. Okay, a lot of these banks are not looking too good overall, and I feel like a lot of banks nowadays are in fact just not looking too good. Okay, it's collapsing. Okay, a fair few banks are obviously going bankrupt. Okay, and could potentially be shutting down for good. Okay, so today, this bank PacWest, yeah, it's not looking too good today at all. Okay, if we go to the 6 months chart for it, it's just not looking too good at all, guys. I feel like March was a really bad month for a lot of these banks. Okay, you guys can clearly see in March, a lot of these banks have dropped a lot. Okay, so that's why I always tell you guys, okay, to never trust the bank. Okay, you know, this is how I see it, guys. Your money that's in the bank is never really your money. Okay, that's just personally how I see it. So that's why I always tell you guys to put your money into another asset, something like Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin has store of value. I think Bitcoin is the greatest asset out there. It's a hedge against inflation. It has store of value. Okay, obviously over time, Bitcoin does in fact grow significantly. Okay, and that's why it's a hedge against inflation, because we know nowadays inflation is getting out of hand. Okay, it really is, right? That's why you need to put your money into assets to stay away from inflation. You need to, invest your money instead of saving it and just keeping it in the bank. Okay, just sitting there not doing anything while everything is going up because of inflation, right? You need to put that money into something, right? Like properties, like just something like an asset, right? This is what I always tell you guys. So anyways, you guys can clearly see real quick that Bitcoin is breaking down. Okay, it's currently now below $27,000. Currently at $26,700. So yes, Bitcoin is well below $27,000 right now. So yes, there's obviously been a lot of selling off going on for the past few days for Bitcoin, but I still remain bullish. And thinking about it now, and looking at the chart, guys, this was a support level, and clearly Bitcoin just broke down from it. And since it's breaking down, I think Bitcoin could potentially be going lower, okay, to maybe $23,000, $24,000, which is this line right here, maybe even lower. But for Bitcoin to go back down all the way down here, at $20,000, I just think that's very unlikely to happen. I've been telling you guys that many times. I just think this is not the time for Bitcoin to drop that significantly back to 20K, even lower than $20,000, guys. Okay, so I want to show you guys some few charts on Bitcoin on why I think Bitcoin could have a small correction right now, because obviously for the past few days you guys can clearly see Bitcoin has in fact been dropping down. You guys can clearly see that for the past few days now. Okay, we are in fact in the daily time frame. So yes, Bitcoin is not always going to go up. We all know. Okay, I'm pretty sure we all know that Bitcoin is a really volatile asset. It's not just Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency in general, right? The crypto market's really volatile. It really is. And today, the global crypto market cap is currently at 1.12 trillion. 1.12 trillion. Yep. So it's slightly down. Yesterday was at 1.14 trillion. Now it's 1.12 trillion. And overall, it's down pretty much 2% today. So for the past 24 hours, altcoins, including Bitcoin, are in fact dropping today. Okay. So it is in fact a red day. If you guys haven't seen my most previous video, definitely check it out. The one I literally just uploaded last night. it was in fact in the reds, okay, and it still is today, right? So that's that. Okay, look at Pepe. Pepe was trending, it still is, but it's down 26% today. I actually bought some a couple hours ago, right? So if you guys haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. But yeah, let me show you guys a fair few charts indicating that Bitcoin will skyrocket, even though yes, it's dropping right now and whatnot, but it will skyrocket. Okay, every time we see this, it's called a 2-week candle stagnation. Okay, every time pretty much we see that, guys, Bitcoin tends to go up. Okay, so this chart pretty much just shows you guys every single time we have this candle stagnation, Bitcoin tends to, pump up. Okay, a 2-week candle stagnation. You guys see back in February and May 2012, we saw that, and then it pumped. And then in February and May in 2016, we saw that. August, September 2016, we saw that. And then August to October 2018, we saw that, and then actually dropped. Okay, it was in fact in a bear market though, right? So we could see that happen right now, right? It could drop, have a small little correction, and then eventually it will in fact bounce back up. We are literally like less than a year away from the Bitcoin halving event, right? Entering the next crypto bull market. So every time that happens, we always see and tend to see Bitcoin reach a new all-time high and pump like crazy. Same with other altcoins in the market. Okay, so you guys see May and July in 2020, same thing happened. It pumped. Okay, we know what happened in 2021. Bitcoin was absolutely pumping, was literally the best performing asset in that year. So be excited. Everything's looking pretty good for Bitcoin. But even though, yes, it's dropping and whatnot, but like I said, it's not always going to shoot up. It's always going to have, it's always going to have like small little corrections every now and then. So that's that. We just got to be really patient, guys. Okay, it really is. And I think right now is a great time to, accumulate more Bitcoin since it's dropping. Now, there's one more chart that I want to show you guys. Stock Money Lizards, shout out to you. But I've been telling you guys this many times that my personal price target for Bitcoin this year alone in 2023 is around over $50,000. I think it's going to go well above 50K. Okay, it's already May. Okay, we are like almost halfway through the year. Not quite yet, but once it hits June, then we will be halfway through the year. But you guys can clearly see, Bitcoin is gonna at least reach $50,000, have a little small correction, and then the year 2024, once the halving event happens, right, I think that's when we will in fact see Bitcoin obviously skyrocket. Every single time we have a halving event, Bitcoin tends to pump up. Look what happened in 2020. Okay, we had the halving event, and then Bitcoin absolutely shot up. The same exact cycle is going to happen, okay, every single time. And that's why I always tell you guys to be excited for Bitcoin. This is not the time to be bearish, okay, at all. This is the time to start being greedy, accumulate, buy, invest, okay? It's not too late at all. If you didn't buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin was, at its lows back in November and December, when it was at, $16,000 pretty much, and at one point, yes, it went below 16K. If you didn't invest at that time right down here, okay, it's okay. Buying right now, at $26,000 on 27K is still a great buy. And in my opinion, I've said this many times and I'll say it again. If you're investing into Bitcoin for long-term investments, honestly, buying any price below $100,000 is cheap. I'm gonna repeat that. Buying Bitcoin below $100,000 is cheap. Okay, especially if you're investing for long term, because Bitcoin is an asset that's going to be worth millions of dollars in the future. Mark my words on that. Okay, but yeah, this chart really does indicate and show you guys that in 2023, Bitcoin will potentially reach $50,000 and over. I think it's going to go well above 50K. And then it's going to have a little correction, and then once the halving event happens, we're going to see Bitcoin absolutely tend to reach over, six figures, $100,000 easily. That's easily going to happen, right? So be excited for that. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you guys an update on Bitcoin, show you guys a few charts and whatnot, okay? And of course, these banks, okay? I told you guys, don't put your money in banks, okay? Treat Bitcoin like it's a bank, right? And when these banks were in fact collapsing a couple months ago, okay, we saw Silicon Valley Bank and whatnot, all these other different banks collapsing and dropping, okay, Bitcoin was actually pumping. Okay, that's because people realize, right, why Bitcoin was created at the first place. Okay, is for things like this, right? You should treat Bitcoin like it's your own bank, okay, because it's decentralized. It's not controlled by anyone. It's not controlled by the government. It's literally like its own thing. That's what I like about Bitcoin. It's decentralized, right? It's not controlled by anyone. It's literally just your own thing, right? So a Bitcoin equals a Bitcoin, and it's safe, right? If you guys are in fact investing into Bitcoin for long term, I highly suggest you guys to not keep your assets and investments in a exchange. I highly suggest you guys to, move it, transfer it to a hard wallet. Okay, that's what I've done, and it's really safe because everything is offline. When you store it into a hard wallet, everything is offline, right? So it's really hard for hackers to get in and check your assets and whatnot, right? It really is. So that's what I highly suggest. But yeah, not looking too good for PacWest. This is going to be another bank, in my opinion, that's going to drop like crazy. It really is dropping. Okay, it's collapsing. Today it's down, like I said, over, almost 23%. Absolutely crazy. A lot of these banks are collapsing as well. So it's not looking too good for banks. And that's why you guys should put your money in assets, something like Bitcoin. But this is not financial advice, so always do your own research. But on that, guys, I'm go ahead and end this one here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I really would appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.